Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast, Expand Your E-commerce with Devesh. Here we talk about everything and everything related to e-commerce. And today, you all will be super excited as I have a special guest for you, Mr. Atulya Joshi. Mr. Joshi has been working in the sales and marketing domain for more than 8 years now, and he is currently the sales marketing manager at Time, which is the short form for Tourism India Management Enterprise. He is a very practical professional when it comes to sales and marketing, and I know he is well versed in digital marketing, business development, project management, and overall global tourism industry. Atulya, I am so excited to have you with me on this podcast, and both of us will surely help our audience learn how to drive new product sales on their e commerce stores and websites. And I'm sure our audience would really love to listen to your experience, suggestions, and tips. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, Devesh, thank you for inviting me. It is a pleasure to come to your podcast and discuss about sales. And
Um,
I would like to answer all the questions you have for me.
Amazing, amazing. I'll just start right away. So I'm sure you must have heard this before. Sales is a tough cookie, and people are usually scared just by talking about it. But do you really think sales is that difficult?
It is not that difficult. You see, everybody think that sales is a very difficult thing because it has a lot of elements that we have to learn about, we have to understand about. But if you know what you are selling, if you know your product or your service that you are going to sell, sales is very easy, and the whole process is very interesting. If anybody looks for a career in sales, I would say if you know your product and your service, there is going to be no problem. There's going
Right,
to be
right, right. So now I want to begin our main discussion for today with
okay.
something very crucial, and I'm sure our audience knows this as well. We know that before building and working out to sell a new product, it is important to find out if there is an actual need for it out there. But how do you figure out the market for a new product? I mean, how do you personally go about it?
We do a lot of research before we launch any product in the market. I can give you an example. Like the company that I work for, we do a lot of travel destinations. So before launching a travel destination, we will always send out feelers outside to our existing clients or to new clients via LinkedIn or even via different social media outlets. So it's easier for me to understand if they want to go to the destination, do they want to interact with the new product or not. It's very important for launching any product, you do your market research because it can make or break your business. And in the long run, it can give you a huge amount of profit if you're right. And if you're wrong, it can affect your business.
Right. So the answer is marketing research. Yeah. And how can you be sure that this particular product or this new product will solve an existing or an adjacent problem? I mean, do you do any special kind of market research in that particular field, or do you research the entire market?
We look at the new trends that are in the market right now. For doing or selling any product, we look at the trends which are in the market and we design everything accordingly. We ask our clients, a proper survey that we make for them is on the base of what they need right now. Because in today's world, you see, everybody is looking for the latest thing. They want to have the trend and they want to be in the trend. And that's why everything is constructed on the customer's requirement. We have to actually go through each and everything, what they like, what they dislike, and then design the product or service that we are planning to launch.
Right, right. And I mean, um, um, I know that you have worked in both online and offline domains, and I know selling a product online is very different from selling a product offline. But what, according to you, are some of the operational hurdles that are involved in the process? I mean, I'm talking in terms of online selling.
In online selling, I would say the biggest hurdle would be that you don't know your client personally. In offline, at least you have met your client. But in online selling, you don't know who your client is in person. You know what they want, but you don't know who they are. So sometimes it can create an issue while selling because they might be looking for something very specific, and the product or service that you're trying to sell to them can be a little different for what they were looking for. And maybe they buy that product and the services of that product might not be to their satisfaction. So they might come up with a complaint, but you have to have the uh, mind and the temper to solve that problem. I think so. That is the only issue that you can face when you're selling online in my field. Apart from
Right.
that, in online selling, I don't think so there are any major issues because everything is very well uh, put on the e-commerce platforms. And nowadays, every little bit of information is present. So I know clients are more well versed than us in what they are looking for. So it's very easy nowadays.
Right, right. And I'm sure you would agree with this as well. So, if you're trying to sell an innovative product or a kind of product which is practically very new in the market, like products like Tesla superchargers that that can charge a Tesla car up to 320 kilometers in just 15 minutes. So for those kind of products you need a sophisticated kind of selling, like, and sales rep will need to have more training to understand them in order to sell them effectively, and they'll also have to spend more time with the customer showing them how it works. So yeah, so I definitely agree with you there. So moving on, so do you think if someone who owns an e-commerce store should focus on creating an advertisement plan alongside a sales plan? I mean, marketing and advertising requires a lot of money, and someone who is on a budget would not want to, spend a ton of money on advertising and would rather just hire a salesperson. So what's your view on that?
Uh, I would say it's a mixed feeling because you see on e-commerce platform it is very important to have an advertisement plan because that is how you're going to sell. Because everything on online needs an advertisement. Yes, you can hire a sales rep that can get you a certain amount of numbers, but look at this as an investment, not as an expenditure. Because if you spend, let's say, a chunk of money on advertisement or marketing, you are going to get it back in the long run. So it's
Right.
very important to create an advertisement plan with a sales plan because they both go hand in hand. And it's very important, even if you have a sales rep, that you have an advertisement plan. That is only going to enhance his opportunity to meet clients and even to sell them online, sell your product online.
Right, right. And of course, like, everyone should also start monitoring the metrics and the tracking KPIs once they start
Yeah.
selling the new product. And I mean, on their e-commerce stores. And I also believe the person responsible for selling should track each sales stage and use sales tracking spreadsheets or softwares like CRM. Yeah. Yeah, so on the same lines, I mean, how do you think someone should prepare a sales budget?
I would say to prepare a sales budget, you should look at the examples around you. You should create a sales budget according to the quarters, 4 quarters in a year. So create a sales budget around that. Look at the product, where it is in the market, and how much expenditure is needed to get that product out, and accordingly design the amount you will spend in each quarter. In my case, when I was working, where I was when I was working in the department in that department, our budget used to be like in the beginning we used to spend a lot of money for the first 2 quarters, and by the third and fourth quarter we used to reduce the budget to 30% of
Right,
what we have already spent because by then we already have a product visible on all the social media platforms. And slowly and steadily, you start getting in your sales, so it's easier for you. And each and every year, we designed it according to that procedure.
Right. And for our audience, I'll just say that if you're someone who had launched a few products in the past, you can actually look at the past sales data and you should get some rough estimate of the revenue and the cost projected for your new product. Yeah. So now let's say an online business owner has a sales team and he or she basically owns a big business and is planning to launch a new product. So how should that business owner train his or her team, I mean the sales team, to sell this new product?
Uh, to sell a new product, you have to create a new sales playbook. Sales playbook is the one of the most important thing that a sales teams need for every each and every new product or service. The sales playbook has each and every step: how you're going to prospect, how you're going to network, how you're going to achieve your targets, and how you're going to sell. So the sales playbook is the most important thing for any sales team because that is your training document. And it takes a lot of time. Yes, it will take a couple of months for them to get into the, but I believe once they go through the sales playbook properly, they can easily sell anything.
So you think the sales playbook will help online business owners as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Because
okay.
when you have each and every step designated, you know what you have to
Exactly,
do in each and every step.
exactly. So, I mean, based on your past experiences, I mean, what challenges do you think new or even old business owners face when they start selling a new product online?
The biggest problem for a new business is to market themselves as because they are completely new, nobody has trust in them right now. So it is difficult for them to, even if they come up with a very original and very innovative product, it's difficult for them to market themselves. The best thing that they can do is market the quality of the product, and by that they can easily like get the trust of the people over a period of time and sell. For an old business, it is very difficult to transition into online market because they were selling in a certain way. Say they were selling in offline, they were having their sales rep go to different locations and selling their product. But transitioning to a new product and a new online business is very difficult. For them is to
Right,
probably start structuring their business and create a sales playbook for the new online product. And slowly and steadily, I can understand even for an old business, it's going to be easy once you start with this process.
so according to you, in this case, you're saying marketing is slightly difficult than the sales part, or
Yes.
what are you trying to imply?
Marketing would be a little difficult for the new company because
Right,
nobody knows their name uh,
right,
in the market. For a known company, they still have a brand image. People know them. But to launch a new product, they also need a certain sales playbook because they will have to adjust all the parameters that they have on their website according to the new product. Because maybe this new product is for a different demographic, or maybe it
right.
is somebody that they were not catering to for that. So they have to basically build a complete new sales plan for this particular product and then proceed with whatever they want to do.
Right. And I mean, I know this for a fact that even if your marketing is really good and you are bringing people in, you are bringing people onto your website, certain little things like odd website design or poor user journey or lack of personalization can really impair your sales funnel.
Yes.
So yes, so I would say that marketing and sales should go hand in hand. So I mean, yeah. So now I know you have had multiple exposure to all the different kinds of sales, marketing, yeah. So now, what do you think about product surveys and feedback forms? I mean, do you think that these tools can help e-commerce store owners tweak or improve the product after its initial release? And I'll just add one more thing to that. How feasible is it for an amateur, like a new business owner?
Uh, Feedback surveys are very important, but it depends what product you are selling. People should be willing to actually go through this whole process because it's a very hectic process. Because they would have to sit through like a couple of or 3 minutes, where they have to answer at least 10 questions and tell you about the product.
Right.
But yes, of course, it is very important because even if you have already launched a product, you need to have back and forth with your customer to understand if that product is delivering on its term. Maybe you have launched something for a new demographic. You're thinking that this product is going to solve their problem, but maybe the problem is partially solved. Maybe you can improve that product and give them a better buck for their product or
Yeah.
change something. So I think so. It is very important even for the new players in e-commerce because at least you will know you're selling the right product first, and you will also know that if this product that you're selling is actually satisfying your customer or not.
Right. And I mean, I'll just add to that, like, and I'm sure you would agree to this as well. Uh, like if I mean, another way to monitor or check whether your product is performing in the market well or not is to actually check the engagement levels. So if the engagement level are low, then it could either indicate a lack of feature in your product or some sort of website design problem. So you should, like, these are some of the things that might be impacting your customers experience, and they basically do require your attention. So now, when do you think business owners should start measuring the performance and the ROI of their brand new product? I mean, business owners are usually anxious to know, I mean, how their product is doing in the market. Are they making enough money? And I know the answer to this is neither black or white. But what's your view? What's your point of view on this?
In my understanding, if you are investing in a new product, you created a new market, created a product for a new market, it will take some time to get your investment, to get your return on investment. But as per what I have been through in my company, it's like we take at least 3 years. First year is of investment. Second year is even because you have to return all the investment that you did in your marketing and your sales team for the first 2 years. So second year is break even, and by the third year you will start seeing your returns. So business owners should be like willing to wait for at least 3 years in my understanding on any new product that they launch because on in the long run they will make a huge amount of profit, but for the first 2 years they do have to make a lot of investment in sales and advertisements,
Yeah.
in marketing and advertisements.
And I also, like, I guess it also depends on the kind of product or the kind of market segment you are in. Right. I mean, like a particular product might show some results in 3 years, or another product will show maybe in the next 5 years. So
We can
I
take a
guess it
very
depends on the product as well,
yeah,
right?
we can take a very good example of, let's say, during COVID times, the
Yeah.
vaccines, they flew off the shelf, right?
Yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
no advertisement, nothing. There was a requirement, there was sales. But if let's say there is a particular vaccine or for a disease which has, let's say, the people don't have that disease in a large quantity, of people don't have that disease, the return on investment would take a long time. But because
Right.
the corona vaccine was required a huge mass, it was sold at a faster rate. So it depends on what product you are selling. It of course depends on the product, but yes, on what I understand and what I have sold in the past 8 years, it usually takes around 2 to 3 years to see positive growth in your
Right. Right. And the example that you took was really, really apt for this. I mean, yeah, I mean, it totally depends on the demand, totally depends on the current trends and the current situation. Yeah. I mean, to sum it all up, according to me, the most important part in launching a new product and driving sales, and after talking to you, is I guess investing time. Yeah, I mean, invest some time reading up on the new market and researching the target customers. Take your time and create a robust sales strategy that ties to your revenue goals and to your product, and is, I mean, that should be your focus.
Yes,
And that is what I believe.
yeah, that's
Right.
true. Yes.
Wow. I mean, I had the best time talking to you, listening to your incredible and amazing and insightful thoughts about driving sales for a new product. Just outstanding.
Thank you, Devesh, for inviting me. It was a pleasure talking to you and discussing about sales and marketing. This is being one of the best things that I've done in, I would say, past year. So I hope you will invite me again.
For
Thank you.
sure. Awesome. This was great. I know you are a very busy guy, so I really thank you for spending your time today for this episode. And to our audience, thank you for listening again. And I hope you enjoyed it. So stay safe, you guys. Until next time.